Okay, now we move on to our next topic, which is time value of money. Alright, so this is time value of money. So what do we supposed to understand by time value of money? Is actually the amount of ringgit or dollar that we receive today is actually worth more than a dollar or a ringgit you are going to receive in the future. Okay, I'll give you a specific example. For example, today's value, for example, present value, which is 1,000. Okay, today the value of 1,000 is not going to be the same with the future value, maybe in 10 years time, of the value of 1,000. Okay, the figure is still the same, 1,000 with the 30. Okay, so you cannot say that, oh, the figure is changed. No, the figure is still the same. Still have the 30 and 1 here, still have the 30 and 1 here. But what is different is actually the purchasing power. Alright, with the 1,000 today, I think that you can buy a lot of things compared with 1,000 in 10 years time. Okay, so this is what suppose we understand by the difference between dollar received today is actually better than the value you are going to receive in the future. Okay, now we move to the second slide, which is compounding and future value. Okay, future value, it means that the amount that we are going to receive in the future. Alright, so what is simple interest here? So simple interest here is not the same like the simple interest in the bank loan. So simple interest here occurs when the interest is earned only on the initial investment. Alright, for example, if you save 100 in your account, alright, so you are going to get your dividend. Okay, for example, your dividend is 10%. So this is year 1. What about year 2? Year 2 also the dividend is going to give still on the 100. Okay, so this is what we call based on the initial investment. Year 3 also the interest given is still based on 100. Okay, so this is simple interest. What about compound interest here? Okay, compound interest is actually interest paid on the investment during the first period. Okay, and then what happened for the second period? So the second period interest is given on the new sum. So what is the new sum? Is actually 100 plus with the interest. Okay, so when 100 plus with the interest, we are going to give new figure. So the second year is based on the new one. Okay, so now I give you a specific example here. For example, we place 100 in our saving account, and then it's given the 6% interest compounded annually. So at the end of the first year, so we get the 6% interest, which is 6 ringgit. Alright, so we have to add up, now become 106 to calculate the interest for the second period. Okay, now we move on to the third one. Alright, compounding, still compounding and future value. So this is the mathematical formula. So what is future value? Is actually the present value we have to times with 1 plus I. I here it refers on the interest. Okay, for example, number 5 for a second year, what I said just now, you already earned the 6%. So now the principal is 106%. What about for a third year? Okay, so now in the second year, so interest, you are going to charge based on 106 ringgit, which is will give you 112. What about for a third year? So the third year, our interest is based on 112 and 36 cents, but it's not based on 100. If first year, second year, third year, it will be based on 100. We name it that one as a simple interest, but not compounding interest. Okay? Okay, if we would like to know the value of investment at a certain years, for example, which is compounded annually, for example, I, of course, is stand for the interest, and N is actually stand for the year, what year that we would like to find for our future value. And of course, it should be equal to, of course, if they ask us for the future value, they will give us the present value. So we have to take the present value, and then we should times with 1 plus with the I is the interest, the power of N, or N is refers to the number of years. For example, if we would like to know the future values of at year 10, so Fn 10 equals to present value. If we would like to know the 1000 figure, so 1000 times 1 plus I of the interest, the power of 10. Okay, next I'm going to teach you how to use the table given at the back side of your final exam question. We are being given the final exam question. Inside our final exam question, the 4 tables, which is okay, so A1 and A2, B1 and B2. So we have 4 tables here. Okay, alright, so this is, I'm going to teach you how to use the present value and future value. Alright, so have a look on the A1 and A2, which is present value tables at the back side of your question, and table B1 and B2 for the future tables. Okay. Basically, you are being given 4 tables in your final exam question. So you have table A1. So table A1 is for the present value. Only for at one time if we make an investment or payment. Alright, and then we move to the second table. So this is also for the present value table. Right, table A2. Table A2 represent for the table present value also, but this one with the annuity factors. So it shows that if you would like to make an investment yearly, or you make your payment every year or yearly, then you have to use this table. Right, now we move on to the third table. Right, so the third table is actually for the future value, table B1. So future value. So this one, if we would like to make investment only at one time also. Alright, so the other table, our last table, is future value. So future value here, right, table B2 for a future value, but this is for the annuity factors, just like before. So if we have an investment or payment, when we do it yearly. Alright, how to find out if we would like to use the first table? Alright, the same thing. Alright, here we have to look, number 1, the percentage given. Alright, so here it refers to the percentage of interest or investment. Okay, so we have 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on until 24%. It's actually we can do using our mathematical calculation, but this one is really simplified. We just can straight away get the figure. And this is for the period. Okay, period year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5 until year 15. Okay, so for example, if we would like to know the present value, okay, for the period of 10 years, okay, at year 10 and at the 10%. Okay, so now we are able to get this figure. Okay, 0.3855. Okay, now we move on how to look at our example 1. Okay, now have a look on example 1. So if we place 1,000 in our savings account, and then the interest is paying 5% interest compounded annually. Hopefully you understand what is compounded annually. Yeah, so it shows that in the second year, so the principal now is become the interest at the first year is going to be add up with the interest for the first year. Okay, so the principal first year plus with interest for the first year now become the principal for the second year. So this is what we supposed to understand by compounded. Alright, so the question is how much you are going to get in year 10. Alright, so it means that you are going to invest at 1 times. You put your money inside your account, and then what is going to be your future value at year 10. Alright, so future value at year 10, so here is equal to 1,000. So what is the value of 1,000? So this is the present value, the value of today. So we have to times with 1 plus with the interest 0.05 and then the power of 10. So if we use our calculator, so 1000 should be times with this one, 1.62889, and the final answer is 1628.89. Alright, so this is the information if we use the table at the back side of our final exam question. Alright, same also future value for year 10, and then present value is 1000. And then we have to look at this figure at our table. Okay, but now can you see here? Alright, so here is 1.6289. This one is 1.62889. So this is 5 decimal places. This is 4 decimal places given in your table. Alright, never mind. Okay, we can use the table for the fastest method. How suppose we find from our table? Alright, so the first thing we have to refer for the future value, because they ask us what is the value at year 10. Alright, so first of all we have to find the percentage, which is 5%. So you have to find in this column. Alright, and then the other one is years. Alright, they ask us to find at the year 10. Alright, so we could go down here and then we move here. So our figure is actually 1.6289. Okay, now we move on to the example 2, right? The same situation. So if we invest 500 in a bank, and then we are going to have a 8% compounded interest. So how much it will be worth at the end of 7 years? The same like example 1. So future value for year 7 is actually, now we invest 500. This is our present value, of course. Okay, and then if you are using a calculator, 1 plus with the interest 0.08, the power of 7. Alright, and then we are going to get this figure. Alright, so total is 856.90. But how are we going to suppose you use the table? Is the same thing. So 500 times. So we have to look at the future value table. 8% in 7 years. This is the 8%, and of course the question will ask you for the future value. If they ask us for the future value, then we have to look for the future value table. For if the question asks us for the present value, then we have to look for the present value table. And 8% for 7 years. Okay, for 7 years. So we have to find here. So the answer will be 1.7138.